It's a very interesting. So Austria actually has had a very progressive relationship with Islam, going back to the monarchy, and Islam is a fully recognized equal religion, has been for a long time, sanctioned by the courts. Also going back to the foundation of Austria, and again dating back to the inclusion of Bosnian Muslims in the Austro-Hungarian Empire. And so in the Austrian military, traditionally there were imams, and there were rabbis, and there were Catholic priests. And because of that, those protections, and these protections have been carried over and have been recognized by the Islam law of 1915, and that has made it difficult for anyone to weaken the role of Islam. Interestingly, also the Austrian Conservatives and the Austrian political parties defended the role of Islam and defended the autonomy of religion. Austria has a tradition of autonomous interest associations, where the state says within their area of jurisdiction, associations can make their own rules. That applies to the labor market, that applies also to religion. So therefore, like a school curriculum, so the religious institutions, is free to them to organize how they organize the teaching in school, how they appoint teachers, how they appoint imams, how they appoint their own religious leaders. And there are communities, and the Islamic community has a contract with the government, but within their authority, they can settle these things. So the conservatives defended this, and even the Freedom Party didn't. For them, religion wasn't a big issue. Immigration was not so much about religion, and for quite a while, the Freedom Party had actually a very strong, positive relationship with several Arab countries. If you remember the relationship between Jörg Haider, leader of the Freedom Party, and Saddam Hussein, or also Gaddafi in Libya. There was originally not such a big issue. Even after 9/11, it was Austrians came out and said, this is not an issue about Islam. These are terrorists, and these are two separate things. It was actually much later that when the Austrian Freedom Party began competing with a split of another radical right party by Haider, they were looking for additional ways to differentiate themselves. And they began to seize on the issue of Islam, and the sort of Islamophobia began, where suddenly veiling the existing Islam law became issues. And then identity questions were linked to that.